I'm playing Ilsa Faust. She's a undercover agent. What I love about Ilsa is that she has a kick-ass, mean, badass side and a vulnerability that we are trying to sort of entwine to each other. She's very strong, she's very driven. Finding my character's way of moving, which would be very sort of individual because everyone moves differently. Mine's more like a cat. She will claw herself onto her victims. She will attack, she'll use her body momentum to make these massive big guys fall or die.
Rebecca plays a British agent who, as the film goes on, we learn may or may not be working for the bad guys. Her character's trademark move is this: killing people using only her legs.
You hear the phrase killer thighs. For you, it's like a literal thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we created it. We thought, what can she do? So she's short, she's smaller, it's just getting in, attacking and getting out, or just getting in, get on top, kill with thighs and get out.
I'm glad there's a lot of space between us right now.
Yeah, I
because
know,
if we were too close, you might take me out.
And these heels, but...
What's this killer thigh move?
Okay, I'll show you.
Oh,
No.
Oh, yeah, no, I want a picture like that.
No,
Oh, is it a whole thing?
It is. It's one motion. It's one move. So basically, Ilsa, we needed to find her way of fighting.
Right.
And Ethan is very sort of up close. He's very quick and he's very strong.
And what is your way?
Ilsa needs to get in, get on top, whip him down, and move out.
Oh, you're like a.
She's like a cat.
Yeah, you're like a cat.
Like a sort of
and a boa at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So she will, in one motion, jump up on the guy and throw her leg around him and then just whip him down. So if you push with your hand on my back, she flips around.
Okay.
And then she takes her leg, jumps up in one move, straddles him, sits on his neck, and then just whips him down.
Oh, that's awesome!
It's so good. Wade Eastwood, the stunt coordinator, made it.
Yeah.
And I saw Lucy Cork, who's my stunt double, do it. And I sort of went, can we bring it in more and more? They were like, you get it twice. That's it.
That's it, the move.
That's it.
2 times to the move.
Yeah, and the killer thigh move.
Oh, baby, I'll show you later.
Oh, will you?
It is so good. I tried to bring it in a couple of times. And that's a hard one. It's in one move. You have to get up on top of a very large guy and whap him down.
Is it something that you practice at home?
I try. But you need a very good stunt guy to do it on. I can kick your
Hello,
ass, look.
and can we talk about this yellow dress evening gown move with the thigh action and the scissors?
Killer thigh move.
The killer thigh move?
Yes.
Can we talk about just getting in shape for this? Because you're obviously beautiful, in shape, but this is a different level.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
this was something completely new. I'd been on a treadmill for like 20 minutes of my life. That's what I've done, and a lot of chocolate.
My kind of girl.
Yeah, I like it. But no, we needed to do 6 hours, 6 days a week for a month and a half to train Pilates, sprinting, underwater sequences. There's so much to know and to understand so that you are responsible as well for your own action. It was for Wade Eastwood, who's the stunt coordinator. When we tried to create a specific movement for Ilsa or her fighting technique so it wouldn't mirror Ethan Hunt's, was to find a graceful dance sort of movement about her when she goes in, but with force. She's not just a graceful maneuverer. She goes in to kill. She just does it gracefully.
Because she's quite strong, and how she moves is a little bit who she is. So it was quite informative for the role in itself.
Very, and that's fun that you said that, because Wade Eastwood, who is the stunt coordinator, he and Tom would be talking about how do we create a fighting technique that will not resemble Tom's too much. And also, she can't fight the way he does.
No. She complements him. She's not.
She complements him, and also she has a more dance quality over her. So I try to bring in sort of the kind of dance techniques that I kind of remembered. But basically, if you want to take down a big guy, you have to disarm him quickly. It's getting in, strike, and get out fast, and watch him fall.
And look at him in a very icy way.
In the icy way.
You wanted to do that scene with the heels on, didn't you?
I didn't. I was so happy. I know.
Okay.
I actually remember doing the training with Tom in a dungeon, the first scene we have. And I did a move where I jump up on people and whip them down. And Tom said, why don't we take the shoes off? And I thought, that's why you're good at this. Because it's practical. So let's do it. So we took the shoes off in every scene.
And that's where you got the, what is it, the killer thighs?
Killer thighs.
That's the
Killer thigh
nickname
move.
you got?
It's just snap. I'd made it up, and now
Oh, you
everyone-
did?
Yeah.
Well, Wade Eastwood did the move, and I thought we need a name for it. Phenomenal dress. Jana Johnson, the costume designer, she would come to set when I was rehearsing, and she would look at me move, and she would create everything from every movement. So if I needed to do a jump up with my left leg, she
Oh,
would
and you
make the
did.
slit on
The
left
killer
leg.
thigh move.
The killer thigh move. It's catching on.
It's catching on.
I like it.
See, here, I have an idea for you, Rebecca. You could coin this move, and there could be classes for like how to do the killer thigh
killer
move. It would
thigh
get your
move.
thighs in shape.
Absolutely.
Women across the nation.
Stomach. There's a lot of stomach
Is there?
movement. Absolutely. Intelligence.
Exactly.
Because you have to jump, not sit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of knowledge in this movie. Basically, we were doing a scene, and it's a scene where I jump up on a guy and I twist him down, as one does.
Mm-hmm.
And
there.
in there, you know, on the way to the loo. But then we said, take him off. Tom literally goes, take him off. Just place him on the table and see what you can do barefoot. And I thought, I love him.
En esta película haces las acrobacias más increíbles,
Flip him down, kill him.
más imposibles, y los matas
Oh, yes.
con tus stileros.
Stilettos off, but with thighs.
Wow. You're my queen. Eres la reina. La reina europea.
I'll teach you my moves, baby, and you teach me yours.
What was that experience like for you?
Well, it's been a lot of training. I've been taught to get Pilates into my life. I've been taught to put chocolate aside, to run, to combat fighting. What was great was seeing Wade and Tom create this style for Ilsa so that I wouldn't sort of fall into maneuvering the way he would, because she is her own undercover agent. I miss it. I miss it.
So all I have to do is Pilates and I can fight like you in the film.
Yeah, Pilates and a lot of stunt work with the best sort of stunt coordinator, and then yeah.
Was it empowering? Like if you were ever in a precarious situation, could you like
Maneuver it? Yeah, sure. If the guy knew I knew he would hit left, I'd duck right, and it was all planned. Yes, most definitely.
if you were gonna run an organization like the IMF in the film, what would your manifesto be?
Killer thigh move when in doubt.
Why?
Just, I don't know, because I love the movement. I just say in any case, just get on top and whip him down. Howdy.
It's an amazing move. I think you can see it actually in the trailer where you jump on this guy and basically turn around and I don't know whatever you do with him. At the end he's lying on the ground and I think he's dead. How did you do that and how much practice did that actually take? The killer thigh move.
I'll show you later, whoever wants, between no. That was, I think, Wade Eastwood, our incredible stunt coordinator, and probably Tom and Chris were involved in the process. It was about creating her own style of fighting. And there's a lot of sort of dance moves to be able to find movements. Since she's smaller, it's about getting in, getting on top, whooping down, and getting out. But a lot of training. It's one move, all of it.
It looks like a cat. I think that was basically your intention, that the fighting sequences and especially movements look like a deadly cat. Is that what you thought about? You know, smooth and quick. Puma. Okay, Puma. Okay, perfectly fine.
Come up head to head with him, and you and Tom Cruise have some nice little battles, but
Yeah, basically I kick his ass.
you do, don't you? Now,
Well, as does he. I think we both do.
there's one move you do, the legs over the neck maneuver.
Yes.
Can you describe that maneuver that you do to kill people?
The killer thigh move.
Right. So
It actually has a name.
what would you have to do if you were to do that to me? You jump up, describe it for me.
Well, I kind of don't want to because I want people to see it and become a shock. That's the whole purpose of our fighting technique. It's a very good dynamic and there's a bit of dance movement. Basically, Ilsa's fighting technique is get in, get on top, snap them around and get out.
Gotcha. With your thighs.
Yeah, killer thigh move, yeah.
Was there a favorite stunt you got to do in the last film? And what would you like to do in the next film?
Well, see, I loved Ilsa Faust Killer Thigh Move. Do you know the one when I
She jumped
up
on the guy and like cracked the
and
neck?
whipped
Yeah.
him? Yeah, so I talked to Chris the other night, Macquarie, and I said, can we get the Killer Thigh Move in? And I'd say that this is on camera, and he said yes.
I love that.
I know. I think we're getting it in. Wade Eastwood, the stunt coordinator. He's
I've talked to Wade. Yeah, he's fantastic.
You know
yeah,
Wade?
I know Wade. Yeah, he's an incredible stunt coordinator for these Mission Impossible films.
Wade is phenomenal. He made up these moves for my character because he knew that I danced. And he said, we're going to create a kind of a dance battling character for Ilsa because she's smaller than most of the men that she battles, or women. So she needs to get in, whip them down, and move out.
Well, I can't wait to see that in that next film for sure. That's a Build exclusive. You know, the killer thigh move is back in the next Mission Impossible.
Ilsa will dress for necessity. So everything that she wears can be used as a threat, or to shield, or to hide, or get away. So if it's a tie, it can also choke you or get me out of a very tight situation very fast. If I have shoes with heels, I can flip them off in 2 seconds and run barefoot. Nothing is just for beauty.
What was the scene you were most proud of filming in Fallout?
I think for me, I just love the fighting sequences. I actually, to be honest, when I sat and watched it yesterday, I feel a bit sort of embarrassed. I'm looking down, but I feel proud.
You should.
I do. And it's hard to give yourself that pat, but it's bloody hard training to do these fight sequences when you're not a martial art combat fighter.
Well, I think you should be proud. I think it's okay for you allowed young women to feel proud of their success.
Yeah, I feel bloody proud because it looks extraordinarily cool.
Well, you are extraordinarily cool in every way. I love your character. Your fans love you, and I can't wait to see.
Since the last one to this one, what have you learned in terms of the fighting technique? How much more of a badass are you?
Well, can't you tell? Have you seen the heels?
I mean,
what I do feel is when I came back to Mission and to the regime and the training and the eating, my body kind of understood the ways. It was so shocked the first time, and this time it kind of fell into it easier. But it's still hard work. So when they create these fight sequences, it's literally like learning the different ingredients. So I know my different areas, but I don't know how we're going to combine them. So you just have to be on top of everything. And then they go, we're grabbing some of this, and here it is, and we have a week, and go.
A week?
Or 2 days.
That's insane.
Sometimes actually 1 day.
Could you be my bodyguard? Like, could
I
are you
your
how
bodyguard.
Much? Yeah, that's true.
I'm aware of what's happening behind you. Stand down.
Talented and skilled. What is there a skill that you've learned for this that really stands out? Like one that you're like super proud that you can do
Well,
now?
you know, killer thigh move does happen from time to time. When, you know, the whip up when I run up.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes in dark
What's it
alleyways. Killer thigh move.
Oh, killer thigh move.
Yes. KTM abbreviation there, since we live in a society of abbreviations.
Challenging to learn?
Oh my goodness, yes, and hard. Because you sometimes have to take the move from a static position, so you have no energy really. You have to create it from anything. Or from nothing, and then get on top. Many times I just went straight down instead of up. I think I'm kind of good at fighting. I am. Liking it. I don't know if I'm good. What I can say is I really love doing it. I love throwing myself into it. I love the different techniques. I love being with Wolfie and Wade and all of the guys and my stunt double as well. While I wasn't there, I was busy doing something else. Actually, I got quite pissed off when they told me because I had just rehearsed the killer thigh move that I do. I jump up and I whip my legs around and then kill whoever needs to be killed. But I was doing it in a horizontal way in a club. I jumped over a balustrade and in air grabbed this guy and then killed him. So I knew this move so well, and I was just about to go and shoot it the day after. So I was stretching and I was ready, prepared, and then the guy goes and breaks his foot, and everything goes on pause. I make a baby, and just everything just, bloody selfish.
She was 6 months pregnant when she shot the movie alongside Tom Cruise. You had your body wrapped around a man fighting him.
Sean Harris, poor bugger. And there's a lot of stuff that happens when you're pregnant. It's not pretty. Holy moly. The smell, it's just all of it.
Were you ever uncomfortable?
I had days where I would have water and a bucket for when I was ill. But I just kept on going.
My next question, let's just say you win an Oscar one night, right?
Oh, don't.
Yes. Let's just, you win this Oscar.
And you're hanging on to it for Best Actress.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. You could
Best
have said
actress, Best Supporting Actress.
supporting, best teacup animation, improv.
I'm not going to look in your eyes because you're so pretty. So,
stop it. Okay, I'll look in.
And someone were to steal that Oscar one night, that night that you won it, what would you do?
Oh my God, I'd hunt them down and I would killer thigh move them.
Wow. That's like one of the best.
And I'd take it back and I'd go, do you want it? You can ask me for it. That's what I do.
That's why Tom wanted you.
That's why Tom wanted me.
Because you're awesome.
Thank you.
You're really cool.
Shaking up people's expectations with this film, can we also expect a new direction for Ilsa Faust? Should she return for the Mission Impossible films?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I know they're shooting 7 and 8 simultaneously. And all I can do is hope that I get in 1 or 2 killer thigh moves.